Hello and welcome to another episode of the Not For Nothing podcast. I wanted to talk about something. It's maybe a little bit outdated now, but have you ever seen Love Is Blind Habibi?
I mean, we've talked about this before. I haven't seen any of the Love
Oh,
Is
right.
Blind.
Yeah, I mean, you're not a Love Is Blind girl.
But tell me more about this.
All right. Well, it's like, first of all, I think it's so crazy that they're like, Love Is Blind Brazil, Love Is Blind Sweden, Love Is Blind Habibi.
Yeah, like that's not a country.
No. And it's actually just an amalgamation of people from all different Arab countries.
That's how like they ended up. That's how the show is.
Yeah, like it's literally like Moroccans, Egyptians, like
so anybody
Tunisian,
who speaks Arabic.
Literally.
Okay.
Yes. Crazy to call it Habibi.
Yeah, that's like a strange way of marketing that.
Right? And then I just feel like it's one of the worst things to happen to the image of Middle Eastern people.
Okay.
And I'm a 90 Day Fiance girl.
Yeah.
I really don't care about how people are being portrayed in reflection of their country because, like, obviously the country and the cultures and the customs are deeper than that surface level that you're seeing on a reality TV show. So, like, I normally don't have this issue. I specifically have this issue with Love Is Blind Habibi because every contestant on the show is, like, an extremely shallow idiot.
Okay.
They're extreme cornballs, which is not doing anything good for the Egyptian community. Egyptians are always cornballs anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's like playing into stereotypes, you think?
It's very much playing into stereotypes.
It's almost as if it were less the fault of the contestants, but more the way that they like chose to cast for the show to like fit into the stereotypes they were looking.
That's partially true. And I partially think it could just be a random assortment of people, but like under these conditions of where we said in the US, it's basically like cookie cutter versions of the American dream.
Yeah.
White picket fence, house, 2 kids, car. But putting that concept in the Middle East is just such where the pressure to get married early is already there.
Yeah.
And like their customs and culture are already very different. And I think it just highlights the worst culturally of this group of people.
Yeah, like there's not like a progressive.
Right. And there are, well, it's actually crazy. There are women on there that are like, I work, I do this, blah, blah, blah. And then there are some girls there that are like, I expect to be fully taken care of. And it's like in the US, we celebrate that. But in the Middle East, why are we ostracizing it? Because then there's people like Shira 7 who are like, yes, you shouldn't be going 50-50. You should be getting 100% of everything from your man who doesn't want to be taken care of. Me and you would love to be taken care of.
Like, yeah, it's, and are the relationships like cute? Like, are they authentic or does it feel very like...
I'll be honest, I haven't made it to the point where they get like married and like, or engaged and live together and stuff.
No, but like on this, like, is there chemistry?
I guess. Like, but there's also just a lot of toxic masculinity.
Yeah. Like no one is like, wow, I'm so happy to see them like thrive.
It's weird, right? It manifests in a weird way.
Okay.
Where there's this, all the guys that are living together, right?
Yeah.
2 of the guys are friends, but also were after the same girl.
Awkward.
And then like when things were getting serious, he was like, bro, that's your girl. That's your girl. I could never. Like, that's you, that's you, that's you. And then he...
Bro code.
Right. And he bro coded so hard that when he had his date with her, he was like, that's my brother. I can't talk to you anymore.
So, like, bro code douche.
Like, bro code over finding your future wife on a show about finding your future wife.
Yeah.
Toxic masculinity almost. Respect in a way, but only to, like, the guy.
Yeah, respect to only men.
Yeah. Which is toxic.
Yeah. Because what about her and what she wanted?
What if you guys had more chemistry?
Yeah, like what if she was in love with you?
Right. And she was like kind of thrown off guard, but she was like, okay, I guess because she also liked the other guy. But like it was like a very strange moment for me. And the guys also like, this is the progressive moment that I saw. And this is again only seeing maybe the first 2 episodes, but it's hard to watch. And they were just like, we have to make a pact. Everybody, we're not doing this 100% taking care of women situation anymore. we're doing a like, you know, like a 50-50 split situation. These women can't think that we're always just going to take care of them all the time.
Okay.
Again, sign of the times.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, people are too broke to carry a whole family on their back nowadays. So it's normal for people to be two working households, like unless one person is caking it. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm like, I'm personally polarized on this show.
On this show?
I don't like that it exists.
When did it come out?
It came out like this season. So like within the past few weeks, months.
Oh, it's very recent.
Yeah. And it's the first season.
Okay.
So I'm just like, yeah, I'm not. Representation, yes, good. Not loving the representation and not loving, even if it might be real, the representation.
Yeah.
But then some people are like, oh, give it a rest. It's not your culture. So like maybe the people who are like harping on it being like toxic and I don't know, crazy.
I feel like now I need to watch it.
Right? I do. I've watched like Love Is Blind Sweden. Boring.
Are any of them interesting?
I like US.
Okay.
I love US.
Just not DC.
DC so boring.
Okay.
So boring. But yeah, unmatchably corny, I think, in the Middle East. You have a new guilty pleasure.
Oh yeah. I was like, do I?
You're like, which one?
Okay, recently I have found myself like scrolling all these Reddit Snark pages of all these different TikTok influencers.
Now, what's Snark in your opinion? How would you classify Snark?
Like gossip.
Okay.
But not of the positive type.
It's kind of just like shit talking.
Shit talking, but also providing like tea.
Theorizing.
Yeah.
Keeping you up to date.
Yeah. Keeping up to date, shit talking, theorizing, commentating.
Okay, I like.
A few blind item sharing.
I like this. I might need to get into it.
It's really fun, especially if there's like an influencer that like you low-key hate but still watch.
Oh yeah, there's
a lot.
There's
definitely a Snark page for them and it's so fun.
You know who I like that everyone hates?
No.
Kim Kardashian. Michaela.
Oh, she definitely has a Snark page.
Oh, people hate her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she literally...
What?
I feel no way about her, except that, like, she just, like, straight up lied.
About her accent?
No, about the fucking
the Revlon mascara? Yeah, but I mean, it goes way deeper. Like, Jeffree Star recently, like called her the F out because she related this, like, makeup, like, this eyeshadow palette that's just 2 colors, but super pigmented. She's like, it's $42. Meanwhile, I have these 2 e.l.f. shades. And, like, she works with e.l.f.
Yeah, like, it's...
Like, you're, like... Okay, like, yeah, your opinion happens to be one that...
At some point, you have to disclose the financial incentive behind this.
Exactly. Like, and, like, maybe it's not a direct incentive. Like, maybe you want them to give you another campaign soon.
And that's this argument influencers are using where they're like, it's not a paid for post. Like, I'm in a partnership with them. And I'm like, no, I understand that. And that is also
a paid post.
Still, like, it might not be that they're paying you for X amount of posts.
But you're in bed together.
The post is part of a paid contract.
Yeah. Yes and no. Because it's like you've partnered together in the past.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not actively on contract, but you're trying to renew a contract.
But she's actively on contract.
Oh, she is?
Right? Isn't she working with e.l.f.?
You see, I don't understand that agreement.
And I think that's part of like what she wants.
Right.
So that she can make it seem like it's organic content.
Right.
But like most of these influencers have like year-long deals with these brands.
Very true.
Because let's be real, the best conversions you get are from like a long-standing deal.
100%.
Like, and we have done
as
this
a
with
marketer,
clients. Yes. Like
100%.
People who do a one-off post with an item, it's great for like the shock factor, novelty, whatever. But like if somebody is constantly using like the same bong or the same mug or the same, device.
It becomes part of their brand.
It's part of their brand. And then everybody wants that because they want to be that person. And so those are the best conversions.
They are.
And these brands also know that. This is not groundbreaking. Like, yeah, we're good marketers, but like, we're not groundbreakers.
Definitely not.
In this concept, at least. And I'm sure she's on like a multi-year deal with e.l.f. where it's just like.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Like, yeah, exactly. And it's not like this specific post.
Yeah. But it is.
But the ethical thing is to be disclosing all these, but people don't want to do that because then you lose the organic factor. And again, this is where you call me a lobbyist, but like, this is what like the Federal Trade Commission is like trying to fight against, because this is misleading consumers.
It's true.
It's just not a corporation doing it. It's an influencer.
Yep.
But it's still misleading. And it's funded by a corporation.
Yeah, literally.
It's just
private.
using an influencer as a middleman.
Yeah. Have you seen like people eating off of wooden cutting boards lately?
All the time. And it's
What
too
is
much.
that about?
It's too much. It's like, okay, that plus, I don't know if you've been seeing these girls who just like eat steak. Like,
yeah.
They're just constantly eating steak. And this one girl is like eating steak every day. And she's just like,
why is she on Carnivore?
She's just like one of those girls that's like, first of all, definitely like ED situation going. Like, she's tiny. And she's like, I don't eat stuff with this in it and this in it. And like, you know, this is like the purest form of like taking care of your body. I'm just having like red meat. And people are like, girl, you're going to get gout.
I fear I'm becoming one of those. Because like, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to watch my carbohydrate intake. And to the point where I'm mostly, you know, I'll have potatoes and stuff, but I'm mostly not eating that many grains. Or if I'll have rice, it's like once or twice a week.
Are you grilling a slab of meat, putting a ton of butter on it, putting it on a wooden cutting board?
No wooden cutting board.
And just like eating it like...
But I am eating steak a lot.
That you should be careful about.
I like it.
Obviously, it's delicious.
It's good.
But it's very bad for you.
Yeah? Do you think?
Yeah.
That's the question. Is steak bad for you or good for you? Because I think it's being rebranded as being very good for you.
Yeah, by the meat lobby.
Is it the meat lobby? Like, are the carnivore diet people plants?
Like, that's what... And that's what people...
irony.
That's what people need to be careful of. Half the time,
Are
it's like...
carnivores plants?
I think so.
Are carnivores herbivores? They might be.
You know what I mean? Like,
but like, I also feel like people are like losing a lot of weight on it, and it's like a more extreme version of keto.
Yeah, but you can still have a mostly meat diet without it being steak.
Yeah, but nobody wants to eat chicken. It's not good.
Exactly. But like, that's where like the diet is about having less carbs and so more meat.
My question is, why can they randomly have avocados? Because fat?
I don't know.
It's like they don't eat like lettuce, but they'll eat like avocado.
It's very strange.
Avocado, egg, butter, and steak.
Okay, and that's the thing too. Eggs with steak, also super high cholesterol meal.
True, I never thought about that.
Like,
steak and eggs, though.
It's so good.
Kind of normal meal.
This girl is like dipping her steak in
egg yolk.
And I'm like, that's delicious. But like, you're having this every day. You're literally giving yourself gout.
So what is that? Does gout come from high inflammation?
Yeah, I think of like the blockage of your blood vessels.
Oh shit.
And so like my uncle had it for a while. Really painful.
Yeah, I know somebody that has gout.
And you like really have to change your diet after that. Like,
you do. And no alcohol.
Yeah, and like I want to get to, I don't ever want to get to the point where it's like that bad.
True.
And I'm already like predisposed, you know?
True. I kind of am curious, like, because I'm not predisposed because I didn't eat meat for 17 years.
That's also, but it's mostly genetic.
Could I eat meat? Could I eat steak every day for the rest of my life and be okay?
I don't think so.
Because I took 17 years off?
Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think anybody's ever supposed to eat like that.
And then my question is for carnivore. Why do you eat so much steak when there's other protein?
Agreed. Like, I've been getting into turkey a lot, which I don't love.
I do love turkey.
I don't love like Thanksgiving turkey, but like I've been using like ground turkey a lot.
Me too. Do you make egg roll in a bowl?
What's that?
Ground turkey with like coleslaw mix, so like cabbage and carrots and stuff, and like scallions sometimes.
No, I don't do that, but
it's really good. And you just put a little soy sauce in there. Great dinner.
I've been making like a lot of like ground turkey like tacos.
Me too. I make the Big Mac tacos with ground turkey. You know where you put the turkey on the tortilla and you flip it over in the pan?
Oh, yeah. I haven't done that yet, but I've seen people do it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
But yeah, the steak is too much, and I'm wondering if it's being paid for by the fucking steak lobby.
Also, like, steak prices are at an all-time high. I want to
But
know
everything's at an all-time high.
No, but like a 3-pack of steak at Costco is $75.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of fucking money.
And also,
people are eating multiple steaks a day to stick to this diet.
That's insane.
Like how?
And also,
how are you spending $50 a day?
As we go back to the idea of these cutting boards. How are you getting like the meat stuff off your cutting boards?
I don't know if they are. It's just a constant influx of meat. Yeah, I feel like people have certain cutting boards just for meat. You know those color-coded cutting boards?
Yeah. But where did that start? There's like two trends. There's the cutting board thing, and then there's that kid Logan and the cucumbers in the like pint quart thing.
I need to say something about that.
Yeah.
I'm an OG Logan follower.
Mm-hmm.
OG, like from when he was like not popular.
Mm-hmm.
Which I just would like to pat myself on the back for that.
Love, yeah.
And this was before Cucumber.
Yeah.
He was making Korean food every day.
I remember him as the kid with the Korean food.
Korean food all the time.
And then he like re-popped up on my feed as the cucumber guy. And I was like, wait.
Like I was just seeing his cucumber content and I'm like, okay, normal. Seems like something he'd be into. He loves cucumbers. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh shit. Other people are talking about it.
It's getting so out of hand. It's like, it's great, but it's not that interesting.
Cucumbers are not that good.
Like I saw people like order
the
like plastic containers off Amazon. And I'm like, you're not even understanding. The concept of this is that he's like reusing shit from his kitchen to make an easy salad.
Right. We're not buying this Tupperware.
We're not buying more plastic.
For the cucumbers. But I will say, I bought a 20-pack of those containers on TikTok Shop the other day because they were $5. And I just needed more containers.
You don't like keep...
I do keep. Like they just are... I literally even keep my cottage cheese containers.
That's true.
You know, like I just needed more Tupperware. I was like, I want to organize my
fridge. I guess
like,
you have like more people in your house. I'm like, my Tupperware consumption is like...
I don't buy Tupperware though.
I received one from Ava when I moved into my house.
Really?
Because she had a like set that she had never opened.
Okay. Oh, nice. So I thought you were going to say she gave you leftovers and they just became
No,
Tupperware.
She like had received one also and then had bought one too. And so
very
like,
nice.
had to.
Very adult.
Yeah, it was like in a box.
Yeah, see, no, I was literally buying quart containers as my Tupperware for my household because to be the fancy thing aside from my Parmesan cheese and cottage cheese containers that I reuse as Tupperware. True.
Same. I've been using the same yogurt. Parmesan container that I keep like just.
Yeah, exactly. It's the best for when you make something messy, like pot roast.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not keeping like all of the rendered fat. I'm not washing it. I'm tossing it. I gave it a second life. We're good to go on.
It's smart to put the like grease and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate to say I have plastic cutting boards.
Me too. I'm proud of it.
I don't believe the microplastic bullshit. Like,
it's everywhere.
I'm
like
sure
you're smoking a piece of plastic.
Like I'm sure I have little shreds of plastic in there, but I've always had plastic ones. Even growing up, we've never been a wood cutting board family.
I never had one either. My old roommate had a wood cutting board,
yeah,
so I did use it. They mold easily. They're harder
it's too
to
much.
upkeep.
No, thank you. And I feel like all these people are going to get sick soon.
Yeah. If it's not the gout, it's going to be the wooden cutting board.
Or the E. coli.
Right. Something. Or the supply chain just continually diminishes the products anyway. So we're all going to get sick. All right. Why don't we talk about the iPod?
Okay.
Tell me about it. Remind me of those days.
I saw this person do like a slideshow of like all the generations, and it made me realize how old we were. I remember my iPod Shuffle was the first one, and the first one I had could only hold 100 songs, so you had to pick wisely.
Yeah,
and you couldn't even see. Like it was basically
you literally had to randomize.
Yeah, it was like holding like a tiny like data.
An MP3 player.
Literally.
A flash drive.
Couldn't choose. You had to like remember the order in which you had put your songs.
Oh, I thought they would always just randomly shuffle.
You could also put it as shuffle. Or you could put it as like the playlist that you had made.
Wow. I never had the iPod Shuffle, but I did go up a step. It was the same time period. I had the original iPod Nano.
Yeah, my sister had the Nano. And
okay.
I got the Shuffle.
I had the Nano because I found it. My dad was driving a taxi at that time for work. and I found it in the back of his taxi. Someone had
Nice.
left it. And like it's not like Uber. You can't like say
No.
I lost this. You'll never see that person
And
again.
there's like no way of tracking the device. So it's
It
like,
was before all that.
like-
So it became my iPod, my first iPod. And yeah, I didn't have a computer at that time.
Mhm.
So the songs that were on it became my songs.
Oh, that's tough.
Unless I was at like my friend's house and I
Yeah.
could like upload, or like I don't think you could do it at the library because you couldn't have like
Yeah.
downloaded files there. Like, so I would like go to my friend's house and be like, can I get a couple songs? And they would like drop our faves at the time on there.
Different time.
Yeah. Crazy to think about. How did you organize yours?
What do you mean?
Like, remember you would upload album art?
Yeah.
So like, isn't that crazy how like Apple Music, you'll search the song and everything will be there, the album art, the lyrics, who wrote it.
Yeah.
If you wanted that on your iPad back in the day, you had to insert that information.
Or you had to buy the song.
Yep.
Like,
very true.
That was the big thing. It was like you either bought from iTunes
Mhm.
or you got from LimeWire or FrostWire or whatever equivalent was at that week.
Yeah. That's so true.
And then to make it seem like you hadn't ripped the music, you had to like fill out all the info and like
Yep.
find the cover art and all this shit.
Also to keep it standard. I feel like at that time people wanted it to look nice and organized. Like it was like a space.
Like I would spend hours organizing it.
Yeah.
Like making sure everything was clean. You had no duplicates. Like
It was like your MySpace. You wanted
It
it
was
to be
crazy.
crispy.
you'd make playlists. Like it was a time. Like it was
Mhm.
an activity.
Do you remember playing, like, there was like a quiz where you would have to guess like your own song? Be like,
No.
this is this song by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No.
Like there was like a quiz on those original iPods where you could do music quiz.
I do remember that.
You remember?
Yes. I forgot that there were like games on the like early
Yeah.
iPods.
Wow. What a time.
That's so
bro.
true. And then you could also get like there was a free song of the week
Mhm.
and there was like a free music video of the week
And I
and
remember
a free episode
there was a
of
free
like
episode.
different shows. Yeah.
I remember during Christmas time, I got like a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the little children's cartoon, like 10 minutes.
I had gotten the first episode of Secret Lives of American Teenagers.
No way.
Yeah.
They were keeping it Christian back then. Wow. Wow.
As per usual.
Wow. I remember when we all got the unexpected U2
Yeah.
album that we never wanted.
U2 really was testing out like an emergency system.
Right?
They were like, how can we
How can we
insert
force these
Yeah.
people to listen to us?
And it was like a crazy time. Everybody was like, something's downloading on my computer.
Right. I was freaked out, and I'm
And it
pretty
was
sure I
terrible,
just
like-
recently deleted that album.
Like, I don't even like U2.
No,
I
no, no.
didn't want this.
And somehow the cloud is like, that's the one thing I definitely will back up.
Yeah,
Like if you ever restore to factory settings, you're
It
going
comes
to
back
receive
up.
the U2 album.
and sometimes like now I use Spotify, but like sometimes you'll like press something on your phone and it'll like play Apple Music or some shit. And
you're
it'll,
like, hang on.
and it'll play like the 5 songs you have left and it's still a U2 song. I'm like, why is this still in my universe?
Oh my God.
But honestly, like kind of crazy that they were able to do that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, with
I
great
wonder-
powers comes great responsibility.
I also wonder how much they got paid for that.
Literally probably so much.
Like Apple was like, okay, we're going to give you this is probably like money laundering.
Because I'm like, was it really worth it for you two? You had the opportunity of doing something so cool.
Who on either
Like,
side listened to
You
it?
could have like dropped, you know, like a Beyonce music video and people would have been like, this is so sick. And-
Right?
but you fucking forced a download of a U2 album that no one wanted.
And I think it made people resist U2 even more.
And it also creeped everybody out. Like,
They got no fan conversions from that.
I don't think that was a successful campaign, but I could be wrong. Like,
You could be wrong.
It could be all the accidental plays are actually like such a revenue maker.
It's like, I wonder if they got paid off per listen to this day, or if they got paid to own that album. Like if Apple almost commissioned the album.
I know it's all, we need to look into this.
We
If
do.
anybody knows more information about the U2ification of your iTunes, please let us know. It haunts our dreams. And yeah, it was a different time and space.
It really
And
was.
now we all have phones and streaming. My mom still doesn't believe me half the time that like on Spotify you can find most songs. She's like, they won't have this like obscure French artist. And I'm like, yes, they do.
You're like, guess what? People in France listen to music as
yeah,
well.
I'm like, Spotify is used by all. It's here. And then I like add it to this like playlist she has. And yeah.
Love that.
Such a different time than uploading like a CD to your computer.
Yeah.
Or like LimeWire shit.
Yeah, but like half the time. So again, I didn't have a computer. And then when we did have a laptop, it was a family shared laptop.
Yeah. So my sister and I had the same music on it.
No,
because it was like the
one
singular
iTunes.
Yeah.
And
with no like I had friends who were like, my parents' credit card, like I can get all the music I want.
No, never.
There was no credit card attached to it. So you could get the free song.
You could get the free song of the week. Hopefully something you like or will learn to like.
And then I once got a gift card. And I like went all out. I was like, I'm gonna buy My Chemical Romance album. Like,
I would still. My thing was, it was the same price essentially for a song versus to buy an album digitally or physically.
Yeah.
So I was just still buying them physically and then putting them on my computer.
But then it became harder to find the album. Like,
yes, and also I would have friends burn CDs for me if they were allowed to have LimeWire, and then I would put them on my computer.
Everybody had a LimeWire plug.
Yes.
Until I was able to get LimeWire. And then I accidentally installed a virus on my parents' computer. And and then that was done.
It was too porny. I felt like if you downloaded something illegally, it compromised the
whole really
computer.
And like it was like the work,
they were the family computer.
They were not happy.
Right. Like it didn't want to look at local MILFs in their area.
It wasn't like a not big deal.
Right. You were accused of something much worse. Just downloading a song.
They were like, you're committing a crime in this country.
That too. You're committing a crime. You're bringing pornography into the house. You're doing too much.
Because I actually know somebody who like got in trouble with the law.
Were they selling bootleg DVDs?
No, they like downloaded a song on LimeWire and like got in trouble. One song? Yeah, they got
no way.
I swear.
Jail time. They got jail time?
No, but they got like a really bad fine.
Did they pay it?
Yeah. It was like FBI.
They had to be doing more. I'm sorry. I will not believe that.
That's crazy. I haven't thought about that in ages.
They must have been like running a website. Like they must have been running like a torrent site.
Maybe.
Yeah, you can't get in trouble off of downloading one song. I'm saying this to myself. Really, I'm just trying to calm down about the fact that I'm wanted. For having a LimeWire plug back in 2002.
Well, be careful out there if you're still using LimeWire. Maybe get a VPN. And let us know what your favorite song you ripped off the internet was. And we will see you very soon.
See you next week.
Bye.